Hello guys, this is Toby here with MagBay Lures, and today I'm going to show you how to make a hook set, or at least how we make a hook set. So what I'm going to do is make a double hook set for this Wahooligan lure. First thing you're going to need is cable. So what you want to do is, this is 900-pound stainless steel 7-strand cable. That's usually a good, a good size for a lure of this size. Primarily used for marlin, big wahoo, things like that. So what we're going to do first is just kind of measure how long we want the hook set to be. On a lure of this size, generally what I'll do is take about 1 inch off the top and measure the total length of the cable to be the total length of the skirt. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut that cable, and now you're ready to start your hook set. You've got your hooks, you've got your crimps and your heat shrink here so you can get going. First thing that generally I like to do is start with one hook. So we'll just bend this around here and push that in. I try to leave as small a tag as possible. If you have the right crimps for the right cable, you don't have to leave a tag hanging out, so you don't have to cut it later. Then we have this kind of industrial bench crimper here. There's different kinds. We have lots of different ones, but for this size cable we like to use this one here. And you just pull it through to get your loop the right size there. On this crimper, I crimp twice. I turn the crimp in the middle, so then I have a nice even crimp with a low tag end and just a perfect crimp there, so that you have no worries that that's going to be the part that fails on you. The next thing I like to do is get the right size piece of heat shrink and go ahead and get one on right now. For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and kind of, put that on there. And I'm going to go ahead and heat it up on here for now, just to kind of hold that in place. And what that does is it just covers the crimp really well, and then we'll use a bigger piece to go over the hook itself and kind of hold that in place. So that's what I'm going to do here, is a slightly larger size over these here. And here you're going to want to slide it over the hook, and about halfway down the shrink you'll have the hook and the shrink. So let me heat that one up. Now you can see you kind of have just a perfect line of a hook there. So now you grab another crimp, and here is where some people want to do things differently. If you want it to be 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or even with this other hook. So generally what I'll do is, here you have your crimp. So if you want to go 180 or even, then you're going to turn this crimp in the exact perpendicular to the crimp here that you've already crimped. So I'm going to turn it this way, and then I'm going to bend my loop over. And this way, I'll show you here once I push that through. This way, when you pull it up, you can see that you can put your hook at 180 degrees, or you can put it over at this side even. We generally use 180 for most setups. Kind of depends on what you're doing, but for marlin trolling, that tends to be a good option there. So now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to crimp this loop here. Same system. Slide it back to a smaller loop. I like to flip the crimp there. Get one more crimp. It's also important not to crimp the edge. Generally you want to leave just a small flare on each side. That's why we have this type of crimper here. It's just perfect for these crimps. And then if you're going to do your 180 degrees, what we do is we get another larger size shrink here. You pull that over, and then you feed the hook up through, so you don't have to worry about the barb and going around the hook with the heat shrink. You can just feed the back right up through, right there, and your hook set is ready to be done. Now you heat that up, and your hook set's complete. And it should just shrink those right up together. And now your hook is ready to be rigged. It should be just about the right size when set up for that marlin lure, just so it hangs off the back, and it'll be a slightly bit further when you make that loop. So it'll be just past the skirt there. If you end up having it too short, you can just trim down the skirt a little bit to leave that hook out. And that's how we make our hook sets, and hopefully that helps you guys, make your own at home.